Hi, it's Kim here. So today I am going to explore Old City. It's about 10:30 now. I plan to get there around 11. So depending on when I do arrive, I'll be going to the Betsy Ross House, the National Liberty Museum, and the Museum of the American Revolution. So I have all my tickets planned out for me and I'm really excited. I think I definitely want to go in with kind of um, objectives for an inter-self discourse because I haven't really studied the American Revolution since high school, and I think I really want to re-examine some of the history and ideas knowing what I do now about revolutions, ideologies. So I think I definitely want to pay attention to what were our country's founding ideologies, what did that kind of look like at the time period, how those ideologies kind of evolved throughout history, and then kind of apply it to the political climate now, if that's possible. Who knows? We shall see. But yeah, I'm gonna get going and I shall see you there. So I'm at 5th Street Station right now. This is one of the nicer subway stations, but this is the one that usually people get off for Old City. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. Back there is Independence Hall, and also the American Philosophical Society Museum. I'm at an impromptu place because I think it's free admission, but we'll see. This is the Arch Street Meeting House. I think it's a Quaker church, but yeah, I remember seeing they were like free admission when I walked around last time. So let's go in. Okay, so I don't think it was free, but maybe it was, and it was just donation. Either way, I don't. But here is self-guided tour. This is the space we're looking at. It's very interesting. Kind of like, I don't know, colonial minimalistic vibe, but I mean, they have cushions, so I wonder if services still go on here. I feel like they might, but who knows. But it's interesting to see the setup of what I guess might be the altar. Oh, okay. So according to this sign, it still is an active place of worship. So I think this is interesting because it kind of suggests that worship is more collaborative, like the people are kind of facing each other, and then they have like this balcony up top too. This is the sounding board. Apparently this is the like microphone, quote unquote, that they used because it's kind of projected the sound. So I'm gonna try to read this quote and you can let me know if it's effective. Okay. We ask no special favors, no special privileges. We ask justice. I feel like that was so like cringy. Okay. This is the West Room. Oh. I really like the upholstery of these chairs. The fabric is right up my alley. And according to the signs, these benches are actually like authentic to the time, as in they're not like replicas, they were there. And the cushions were too, but they were restored with new fabric. They have a nice little museum space here. I guess this used to be another meeting room, but it smells exactly like how the camp dining halls I used to go to for Girl Scouts, so it feels very nostalgic in a way. I feel like I grew to have a very cynical view of history, especially American history, but I think this place really highlights how a lot of times religion was the basis for people kind of rising up in dissent for equality movements like the abolitionist movement and feminism. So definitely it has reminded me that religions can really play a role in mobilizing people against human rights causes. I have arrived at the Betsy Ross house. It looks pretty crowded today. But yeah, we're gonna see if I can go in. So I'm inside the house now. This is cute. I guess a foyer sitting room thing. Oh my gosh, my grandfather has like these kind of stairs in his house, like the skinny wide stairs, and I literally hate them because I always like fall. Wow, this bed looks immaculately puffy and comfortable, and I love this pink canopy. Look at that fireplace. This would be such a cozy room. Another bedroom with the American flag. I guess this is the first colonial one with the colonies in the circle. But I really like and appreciate how they match all the linens. This room is really cool. I honestly am very interested in all these little artisanal trades. So I watch a lot of videos on ones that are still alive today, but obviously struggling for various reasons. But it's cool to kind of see how, one of the trades was at the time upholstery. Spooky. Just kidding. It's kind of cool and nice down here. What a great museum. Okay, well now I'm going to go to the Museum of the American Revolution because I got my ticket for 12 and it's now like essentially 12. But I'm really hungry, so I think right after I'm gonna go to lunch before going to the National Liberty Museum. Oh my gosh, look, this store sells the Muji pens. Well, now I know where to get them next time so I don't have to go to New York. So I just went into this shop. It was such a cute like stationery, like miscellaneous things shop. They even had Muji pens, but it was kind of expensive. Like they were trying to sell a singular pair of wooden chopsticks for $10, but I did end up getting some like cute little cards for a birthday and Mother's Day, so I'm excited about those, especially because they make me feel like I'm now like the cool like person who can buy like actually not dollar store greeting cards. So I feel so elite and mature. Have arrived, so I'm gonna go in now. way to a cute little cafe that I passed on Market Street earlier. I'm gonna see if I can get some lunch there, but honestly, that was a fabulous museum. Really great storytelling, and it prompted a lot of thoughts of how it framed the revolution. And I couldn't help but draw comparisons to China because I'm learning about that now in class, and how obviously for them the leader who was solidified into history as a kind of legendary figure was Chairman Mao, but in the United States it seemed like Washington had that charisma too. Man, that's loud. But overall, I think it's really interesting to kind of think of the American Revolution as a what did I call it? Oh yeah, a conversion or alignment of different interests. So obviously there was like that tax element of all those like things, and even then interesting to see how the colonies used economic pressure in the form of boycotting British goods to help their efforts before they resulted to actual fighting. But I think overall it was really interesting to be reminded that at that time the idea of people kind of having the power to secure their own freedom was a very experimental one. And I think that really emphasizes the uncertainty of the longevity of this kind of like system. And to be honest, it doesn't feel like it's permanent anymore. Or yeah, like I guess at any point in time it doesn't feel like it was ever permanent. So I think we've taken that for granted. It's interesting to see obviously that museum emphasized American ideals of liberty, freedom, and equality, and what those looked like at that time. But now, even in the museum where they kind of educate on those ideals, it makes me wonder, like, what are people learning these days in school or at home that are perverting like American ideals? Like, I don't know. But yeah, it's like basically it feels like a lot of those principles, like again I just mentioned freedom, equality, liberty, have almost turned into entitlement, without regard for anyone else's equality. But if one group's equality is not ensured, then literally no one's is. And it's, I don't know. Overall, it was interesting to see the kind of sentiment, at least that was portrayed, of what it must have felt like to be in an era where everyone was always like, not always, where everyone kind of had something to believe in, something greater than themselves. So I still think there's a place for that in today's society, but we shall see. So I'm at Cafe Luna, or the Luna Cafe, and Nutella stuffed French toast. It looks good and it smells good, so I'm excited. Oh my gosh, so I just finished my lunch and I have not had that much Nutella in a while, and it's kind of crazy because I was doing work in their cafe and I was about to leave because I thought they were about to close, and also I just didn't want to eat anymore, like it was so big. But the lady was like, oh, like you don't have to leave, you can stay for 10 more minutes, and I was like, okay. But yeah, walking through this nice little tunnel, on my way to the National Liberty Museum. Okay, so that was fun. Apparently it's UPenn's Latinx singing ensemble or something like that. So yeah. Wait, I swear I just said something like that in one of my reflections. You heard it from me first. That was a lovely museum as well. I think they really brought out a lot of individuals' stories, like, you know, everyday heroes of people saving others in like emergencies and other catastrophic events. But yeah, it was unexpected. I got to see that performance, and I think it really emphasized the importance of culture and diversity. So now I'm probably just gonna wander around Old City a little bit more, check out the area, maybe find a Starbucks to sit down and review everything, collect my thoughts a little bit more. But I think today was a really great day. This is so cute! Oh my gosh. I haven't seen tulips like this whole spring, so I'm very excited about this. So this church bell has been ringing for like as long as I've been walking in this general area neighborhood, so now I have to check it out. Okay. St. Peter's Church. So that church had a sign on it saying all are welcome, but it was locked. So I am on my way to walk to a friend's house in South Philly, and I've officially reached South Street, so I think I'm out of Old City. But overall it was a great day, and yeah, I think I'll probably end it here. Thanks!